the university is so good in recognizing the potential in students. After the very first year of education, they have this award that they give only for or mainly for international students. They give the award to the ones who get the most grade after 1 year of education. Europe is very good for that, with great research and great research opportunities. And the second point being, one of the most important, is the budget. Why would one have to spend a fortune to study outside Europe when there are like not enough options without scholarship or without any fellowship provided to the student? So I was clear, and that made my parents also to take a firm decision that okay, let's focus on the European countries. I would encourage on doing a master's because it is important to utilize the student experience first to understand the concepts that you're interested in and get the practical research and get the practical experience. Getting the practical experience from abroad will help us understand how we are actually doing the work that we like, and doing these 2 to 3 internships per year will also give us enough idea of what to major on and what to understand in the biotechnology field. I was extremely delighted. It was something that I did not expect, and it was a very thankful moment for me. And I remember preparing for the interview because they had an additional layer of interview for in this application process, and all of us, like from the ESC team and my parents as well, they were like, just give as a practice, just give, and let's see what happens, and don't worry about the results. So everyone were very encouraging, and finally when I did get the maximum result with scholarship, I was very, very happy. I did my bachelor's in Anna University. It is a BTech course in industrial biotechnology. It comprised like the first 2 years of engineering courses, which had like intense physics, chemistry, math. And the following years gave me the option to choose the courses that I can major in. So I chose genetics courses. Europe Study Center was my mom found, or my mom had this word of mouth by someone who suggested it to her and told that yes, you have to apply, and they are very nice, they are very confident, and just have one meeting with them and then you can decide. And of course, with one meeting, my mom was like, okay, we are going to go with them.
Hello everybody, welcome all of you. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. Today it's going to be a very interesting interview. Today we are going to interview Shweta, who is a 100% scholarship student, just finished her Masters in University of Helsinki and proceeding to her PhD. Shweta, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me here, sir.
Wonderful, welcome to the show, and kindly introduce yourself to our audience before we start discussing your educational journey in European countries. Introduce yourself, please.
Okay, yes. Hello, everyone. I am Shweta. I finished my master's in genetics and molecular biosciences from the University of Helsinki in Finland. And I am going to begin my PhD in clinical genetics and biomedicine, also in the same university from 2025.
Wonderful. So I think I still remember we both discussing, Shweta, Masters is not a big deal. Our only aim is PhD, and I'm very happy to know, before we discuss deeper into all these things, to know that you are starting your PhD journey. I'm really happy, very happy. Yes. Congratulations to you, as well as to your mom, who has always put in a lot of efforts to bring you up to this level. So let's start with our bachelor's. Basically, we talk from the journey, okay, from the beginning. So bachelor's, what did you study?
I did my bachelor's in Anna University. It is a BTech course in industrial biotechnology. It comprised like the first 2 years of engineering courses, which had like intense physics, chemistry, math. And the following years gave me the option to choose the courses that I can major in. So I chose genetics courses to major in because I felt I had this very keen interest in genetics as a major in biology. And that helped me to narrow down my interest and understand more about the concepts in genetics that I want to focus in the future.
Super. So just out of curiosity, I'm asking, and also for the audience to know, explain the layman difference between a a biotechnology course and an industrial biotechnology course in a way that
Yes.
layman understands?
In biotechnology, you would have courses that are um, more about the theoretical biotechnology, and that has courses in biology as well as different domains of biology. But in industrial biotechnology, you will have all those concepts, but to study that in processing based. So in a power plant or in a particular bioprocessing plant, what can be the enzymes that work there, or what can be the biological process that are used in a plant based theory. Those are something that we were taught. So it is really the
Super.
difference between the power plant and a non-based.
Super. So during your bachelor's, at what moment you decided, okay, I think I should get into my master's?
From my fifth semester, so it's from the end of second year and start of third year, I knew that I have to think about my master's and focus on specific programs that I have to choose for my master's. And that is when I started to ask about, okay, what all applications have to be taken care of, and how long is this application process going to take, and when is the best time. So around
Yeah.
seven.
Why I ask this question is because majority of the students, after their bachelor's in biotechnology, they don't dig deeper into the subject. And rather they just complain about biotechnology and get into IT or marketing, etc., etc. That is why I asked this question. That's why when I met you also, we were very clear. Shweta, masters followed by PhD. So you started to think about all these things during your second year. So what were all the options you were looking at for your masters? Which all countries?
Oh, I mean, when it comes to biology or when it comes to biosciences, there are many countries that have research going on in these domains. But I was clear that, okay, let's focus on countries based on the specific factors that are checked from our list. So one was program of interest, and Europe is very good for that, with great research and great research opportunities. And the second point being one of the most important is the budget. Why would one have to spend a fortune to study outside Europe when there are like not enough options without scholarship or without any fellowship provided to the student? So I was clear, and that made my parents also to take a firm decision that, okay, let's focus on the European countries and find the courses which are catering to my interest there, and then apply. So
Super. So do you also accept with the fact that I've been telling all my students all my life, spend less, learn more? So you accept that actually, this
yes,
concept?
yes, definitely, sir, definitely,
Yes,
100%.
I use, in
Is
fact, sorry, in
yes,
fact, I used the same word as Shweta used. Why spend a fortune? Or in another colloquial way, I used to say, why sell your ancestral properties to go abroad and study?
yes,
And
yes,
even more surprising, Shweta, people paying fees for PhD and studying. Now, what do we even tell these people? I don't understand.
yes,
PhD
yes,
is something we get funding. PhD is like a job. It's like you work in a company and you pay salary to the company. You know,
exactly,
only
exactly.
only
Yes.
God can show them the right path. Those students. Okay. Then you decided Europe. Then how did you find Europe Study Center? By the way.
Europe Study Center was my mom found, or my mom had this word of mouth by someone who suggested it to her and told that, yes, yes, you have to apply, and they are very nice, they are very confident, and just have one meeting with them and then you can decide. And of course, with one meeting, my mom was like, okay, we are going to go with them. The first very meeting was with Nirmala ma'am, I remember, and I was very, very nervous. And even for my parents, they were very nervous, but the kind of support and confidence they received from these meetings helped us to understand more about the application process and the application itself, that made us confident that, okay, Europe Study Center is the best indeed. And it also gave us enough trust that we would tell anyone else who asks us, like, what how did you come about this abroad experience? We always tell them it's Europe Study Center. Please go to them, and you would have no regrets. And I would
Thank
also
you.
like to
Did
take
you
this,
even
sorry, take this opportunity that we also had this meeting with you, as you mentioned, that just to understand more about abroad experience. I think the best part of the meeting was the reassurance that we received. Because for my parents, it's the first time sending the youngest child abroad, and they were very hesitant. And as a very shy kid, they needed some confidence. Like, how is it living abroad, adapting to the culture, and getting to know the place and studies and everything. So it was you who provided them the assurance that yes, she will do whatever it takes to be done in that country. Just believe in her and send. That's all you can do, and they were very happy with that.
super amazing? So did you even look into other study abroad agents or consultants just to see like what they are talking, or you did not even approach
No,
anybody else?
no, sir,
No,
not at all.
no
I'm
wasting
not
time.
even kidding.
And
We did.
thank you. And even though it's like an interview, I would like to ask you a question. Why nobody promotes University of Helsinki in India? Any idea? Even though it's a premier university in the world, nobody promotes University of Helsinki in India. You know why? No agents and consultants. They don't promote it. Any wild guess, Shweta?
No, I'm quite surprised now, but no.
Because University of Helsinki doesn't have the concept of paying commission to the agents. You understand?
Yes.
Because the abroad education, Shweta, it's all about telling we do free service. Just join in the university's list we provide. That's all you have to do. And everything else is free. And University of Helsinki is a world-renowned top class public university. Why do they even pay XYZ people money to recruit students? You get my point. That is why we differ. We work literally the opposite. We work with all these top public universities basically, because end benefit should go to the students. So what all countries, so you visited Europe Study Center, you were happy with all the aspects. So what all countries you shortlisted to apply? Of course, Finland, then?
Yes, Finland, and I had Germany in my list because also for genetics and biosciences, it had like very good research. Italy, for example, these three were the main options, and I had many schools in these three university in countries. But in Finland, I had only one application, University of Helsinki.
You know
So,
why? You know why? There are two reasons. You know why University of Helsinki only in Finland?
I think for my program, I found that to be the most appropriate. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Because it's a life science based university
Yes.
having little courses related to computer science, and mostly the university leans towards life science and its research activities. Second is, our mantra is always send the kids to the #1 university in the country. That is the best thing that we can offer a child. Any country you go, especially the top countries in the world, and you study in that country's top university, it's like you are under a very safe umbrella. That's why only University of Helsinki. So the moment you got to know, like, yeah, you are admitted in University of Helsinki and with 100% scholarship, how did you feel that moment when you got the info from Europe Study Center? How did you feel?
I was extremely delighted. It was something that I did not expect, and it was a very thankful moment for me. And I remember preparing for the interview because they had an additional layer of interview for in this application process, and all of us, like from the ESC team and my parents as well, they were like, just give as a practice, just give, and let's see what happens, and don't worry about the results. So everyone were very encouraging, and finally when I did get the maximum result with scholarship, I was very, very happy. Yes.
Super. Of course, your parents and yourself, you will save a lot of money. But more than the money, when it comes to the scholarship, I feel the confidence that it gives to the student to say, I am a scholarship student. I think that means a lot. I mean, that's the first priority. Of course, second priority is saving money. I feel the confidence boost that it gets, for a student once they get
Yes.
a scholarship. What do you like to say about that?
Yes, it definitely is a personal boost. And knowing that it is for the study, for the personal growth as well, it's very much boosting. And also, the university is so good in recognizing the potential in students. After the very first year of education, they have this award that they give only for, or mainly for, international students. They give the award to the ones who get the most grade after 1 year of education. So I'm thankful that I also received that award, and they had a cash prize for that. So in that way, I feel
Super.
the university really appreciates the international crowd and the effort that they bring in, the kind of resources they input to the research. So it is very encouraging to have this kind of a personal boost in.
Yes, and I don't promote a single university where they don't treat the international student community properly. I just don't go near such universities where our students are properly welcomed and properly taken care. We will put our heart, mind, and soul to promote it. For example, University of Helsinki. So then, how did the visa process go through?
The visa process was, I think, one of the hectic part of the whole application process. Even though everything had its own time and everything was well planned and organized and well coordinated from the team and from my side, I think the visa process took a bit of time to get approved and to get the residence permit card to be delivered. I remember the final decision was approved, and I had to collect it from Delhi the day before my departure from India. So it
Okay,
was very stressful, and I was quite nervous about it. But I'm glad that it all worked out well, and everyone were also like very supportive that okay, let's hope for the best. And even if it doesn't happen, we can go a few days later, and they can still manage with the university. So yes.
super. Then, now coming to your life in Helsinki. So, how was your studies at University of Helsinki? And when you compare it with bachelors in India, what sort of changes that you had to make to your study pattern, for you to be successful in Helsinki?
Yes.
Enlighten the audience.
I think the studies in Helsinki is very research based or very application based. The questions that they may ask in the exams is not based on only the conceptual questions, like whether you remember what is what. It's more about if you know what is what, how about this? It's more about the theory based and practical based questions. And that I feel was something that was not how we learn back in India. We basically know the conceptual based and the yeah, theoretical based concepts, but how to apply them in the real world and how to think of a whole new research idea with that, or how to practically orient it to a research question was how I'm learning and I have learned in Helsinki. So the studies, yes, it is more or less the same, but it's the way the questions are asked that makes us think more here. Yes.
Wonderful. So when it comes to the professors, I know that the professors are like extremely helpful and extremely knowledgeable, and most importantly, they are closely connected with the industries who and practice it day in and day out. All these life science concept, not only just teaching. So I would like to know from you about your experience with these amazing professors at University of Helsinki.
Yes, I've had the privilege of talking to professors from different domains on my courses. So we had professors who can help us in our study structure and as well as during the lectures. The professors were very helpful in the case that they would understand that we may not fully adapt to the accent. So they were talking very slowly and they were trying to make the concept sound very easy for students from all kinds of background. And they are very expert and highly skilled in their in their domain, but they could also clear the doubts that I had coming from a specific niche of genetics or specific niche of bioscience. So they were very coordinative and thoughtful in that way to make everyone understand and They also have study courses or study sessions planned for each lecture, where we can ask them doubts, or we can even mail them the doubts and they can reply us later whenever they get time. So there was enough opportunities for students to clear their doubts and connect with the professors even outside the lecture courses.
Super, amazing, really encouraging, because I strongly believe, which Shweta will also accept, the professor support majorly is the key factor in
Yes.
a student's success when it comes to their master's or PhD. So when it comes to the clearing exams or preparing for the exams or completing the 30 credits in that particular semester, compared to back home in India, what all changes you made to yourself in your learning pattern and clearing these examinations on time? I'm sure you would have made some, not some, meaning completely writing from, we write 36, 40 pages and clear the examination compared to a completely different examination pattern. So let us know what changes you made, so that you were successful.
Yes. That is a very good point, because even after studying or knowing what to study, you need to understand how to approach different kinds of questions that they ask here. So, one of the study trick that I also learned from other international students from here were to make like one page cheat sheet and try to have everything that you remember noted down. And from there, you yourself have to ask questions like what can be asked from this, and how can they prepare a question from this, and make sure that you are well prepared. And I think this helped me the most, because the questions here were much different compared to the questions that are asked back home. They don't really focus on the length of the answer, but the quality and the apt in your answers. So that is something that we had to work upon. And I took more time to think about the answer than write it. So that's what the quality over quantity is for sure a factor here.
Yeah, because we cannot write 44 pages and clear the examination. Even
No.
if you write 4 lines also, it should be to the point, then only you're going to clear the topic, basically.
Yes.
So, which also helps the student to understand more and learn more and develop good problem solving abilities. Now, especially at this point of completing your masters, do you even compare, or discuss with those people who spent 70, 80 lakhs for masters in Australia, New Zealand, or these so-called one-year degrees in UK and Ireland? I know that plenty of students, they go for life science related courses here. So you guys actually talk and discuss and compare where you are right now and where they are right now, and plus the countries that I told you, 90-95% they don't fund for their PhDs also. Do you have any interactions with them right
Yes.
now?
Yes, I am in touch with my friends who applied to schools and universities outside of Europe, and some of them have finished their masters, some of them are going to finish. I think one key difference that I can find is their end goal after the masters. Like, some of them do want to stay in academia and choose PhD. Some of them are very clear that they want to get into an industry and get a job after that. And one specific struggle that we all know is to find a job right after masters, or to look for a job after masters. And many of them, or most of them, are still trying to find that kind of a stable goal by the end of their masters. And some of them wished, okay, what if I also had come to Finland? And I mean, already it's a beautiful place. So I would have had the privilege of staying in a pretty city and also study well and get opportunities after this. So they do feel the downsides, but it is what it is. They
That's how it
chose.
is. This includes also this one-year crowd, right? Who do one-year masters, and
Yes, yes,
they are also included in this. And
yes.
right, one-year masters, they face a lot of issues when they apply for a PhD.
Yes. I think 1 year masters is maybe too short, thinking of their experience in academia after that. Yes. They
That
might
is
have
that
to do
is
something else to compensate the.
Yes, Shweta. That is why I'm the only person in entire India who doesn't send a single child to UK or Ireland. All these one-year degrees, 80 lakhs, 90 lakhs degrees, for what joy? Nothing. But people, when we say Helsinki or Finland, they will say, oh, where it is? I've never heard. kids only go to UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada. Why are your countries sounding very different? You say Netherlands, Sweden, Norway, Finland. Then I say, if you don't know about these countries, it's your problem. You go home, do the research, then decide.
Exactly. Yes.
Because see, these I see when it comes to biotechnology, I have same like you have plenty of students who are super successful. But there are also other students, back home in India or going to other countries, they make wrong choices and put the final blame on what? Biotechnology. I should have not taken this. I should have taken artificial intelligence. I should have gone for other courses, etc., etc. And they keep complaining and they keep talking bad about biotechnology, which I cannot accept any day. Everybody remembers pandemic. It's all even fresh in their memories. We came out of pandemic because of the pharmaceutical people and biotechnologists, right? Only these two departments brought back the earth to life, correct?
Exactly. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Super. So that way you are very happy. And also, Shweta, when it comes to US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, majority of the cases, they get PhD offer letters without funding.
Yes.
This is another big problem.
Yes.
Super. So how does the examination work? Do you have oral examinations or written or laboratories? How does that work? Kindly enlighten the audience.
We had mainly written based examination. For some of the lab courses, we had to have, of course, practical based examination by actually doing the experiment in front of them. But another key difference that I found here was we had examinations also based on some presentations. So when we truly understand a topic, we really have to work on one problem, like a biological problem, and we have to present it for maybe however long, but there is a key duration for it. And we were assessed based on the topic of choice and the flow of the presentation and the structure of the presentation. I think this really helped me with my oral skills and my presentation skills. And at the same time, of course, my teamwork abilities as well. So I think it was a good balance of presentation as well as written examination.
Super. One thing that I noticed throughout this interview was whatever you have told about Helsinki and all those things, I see the joy in your eyes because whatever you did or doing right now, you enjoy and you do. That's what I feel. Correct?
Yes.
Because somebody who doesn't have the passion or the drive, forget about even applying for PhDs. No chance. You should have extreme passion, dedication, and interest. Because, say, for example, I'm not boasting about myself. This is my 16th year in this particular industry, and every day I wake up, the more and more success stories I keep listening from my students and their parents. It only motivates me further, including you. We discussed, Shweta, you should do your. I did not see whenever life science students visits me, even though I am not a life science department student, I don't know anything about that. But one thing I say, masters and all, we will take care. Don't worry. Okay, it's no big deal. Our goal is PhD, right? We don't join school to just complete 10th grade. We join school to complete the 12th grade. And Shweta, you were telling students searching jobs after masters in biotechnology, which is very, very challenging and very difficult. It's not like a master's in computer science or a automobile or a mechatronics, etc. No, when it comes to life science, PhD is required, basically.
Yes.
Super. Yes. So then, what was your master thesis?
So my master thesis was focused upon a specific muscle disease and understanding the genetics of that. So we had I had the privilege of working with certain patient-derived muscles and trying to understand the RNA and genetics of that to see what is going wrong in those patients, which is not seen in other non-affected people, in layman words. Yes.
Super. Yeah, of course. If you keep talking about hardcore biotechnology terms, then people or myself will not understand. So then, your graduation is done, or it's about to happen? Your graduation.
It's done. The graduation ceremony, it happened this summer in July. So yes, it's done, and I had enough time to like choose the lab of my interest and choose the topic and choose the program, and then apply to the PhD application. And I recently received the approval for.
Super. We'll come to your PhD. Before that, the
Yes.
moment when you got your degree during your graduation, how did you feel? It's one of the
Uh,
important milestone, right, in your
yes.
life, I would say.
Yes, sir, very much. Very satisfied and very, very glad that when I look back, I have zero regrets. Like right from choosing the university to choosing the country to adapting and making the best use of the resources here and growing as a person in this country and everything. It was very cherishing to see the whole timeline after being here. Yes.
Yes. But Shweta, what is the prime reason? Do you think everything happened perfectly for you? I know the reason. I just want to see like whether you, because you only did it, but what was the factor in your career which took you here right now? Any idea? Any guess? Or you want me to say?
I think I think you would say it much better
Yeah.
than me. Go ahead.
You planned everything right after your second year in your bachelor's. This is
Yes.
the key factor because, for example, okay, you are going on a long journey. You have something in your mind. Always we have our phone. What will you do? You stop, you start to search and note down, take snapshots. You understand? And
Yes,
from that elementary level to start applying by the mid of your 7th semester,
mm,
it's quite a lot. What is that
yes,
I'm trying to say here for the viewers and audiences? Collect all info, plan, then only you can reach success.
true.
If you don't plan, no worries, nothing is going to happen, and forget about being successful and organized and all these stuffs. So, which all countries you applied for now? Let's talk about your PhD journey. By the way, many audience, they will message me after this interview when I publish. Sir, I also want PhD admissions. Please process. Kindly understand, 95-99%, those who studied masters in Europe only can proceed with PhDs. 95-99%. Correct, Sweta? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, I would say that it is a boost if you do your master's abroad and also find a PhD.
Yes. And also, I only process UG and PG. PhDs are all directly processed by the student along with the university because it's like a job. It's not like studies. Yeah. So let's talk about the PhD aspect now. What all countries you applied for PhD?
I think similar to my master's, I was keen on focusing on the countries that had my topics of interest, so that they had these disease-based genetics research. I started with, of course, Finland, Sweden, because it also excels in research in that area, and Germany.
Uppsala University at Sweden?
Yes, Uppsala, Lund. Yes, yes,
Because they are the top when it comes to, same like Helsinki in Finland.
yes.
Uppsala and Lund is the top because I studied in Sweden, so I could
Mm,
guess, okay, you would have applied for Uppsala. Then what
yes.
else?
And then in Germany, Munich, yes, and in
Okay.
Finland. So I had like narrowed options, but enough. There were like key labs in each of these universities that had interest. So
The
yes.
reason for you to choose uh, to continue your journey in this beautiful University of Helsinki itself, what made you do that choice? Of course, the topic, right?
Of course, the topic. It is going to be in the same lab where I did my master thesis. So I'm very much aware how the lab organization is, how the supervisor is, and I think we have a very good connection when it comes to the student-teacher coordination. And I had the experience of doing an internship first and then decide for the master thesis and then decide on the PhD. So I am well rounded on the topic as well and how to approach it. So I'm looking forward to learning more techniques related to the topic and understand about it. So
Yeah. Plus, Helsinki is like your second home, right? So
yes,
as
yes,
long as the topic is good, and of course, it's a funded, right? It's a funded PhD.
yes, yes,
Yeah. Who will do a PhD program without funding?
yes,
I just gain a lot of people, they come to my office, sir. I have got a PhD in UK. Wonderful, congratulations. Then, but I could not find funding, sir. Then it's not a PhD offer. A
yes,
PhD offer
yes,
without funding, what's the point? It's
yes,
like no objective behind that. So what is your PhD title now?
My PhD will be mainly based on understanding the pathomechanisms and genetic molecular mechanisms of titin affected muscular dystrophies. So that is the
Wonderful.
gene that I'm focusing on, and it is the largest human muscle protein. So in some patients, this protein is like defected. So they have a genetic defect, and that is what makes them affected. So I'm trying to understand what is really going wrong in them.
Super, wonderful. Best wishes for a super successful PhD. And how long it is with this program, PhD?
The duration is 4 years, I would say, 4, maximum 5 to finish everything and round up the thesis. But yes, minimum 3, maximum 5.
Maximum 5. So literally, let's take an average of 4 plus 2 years of master. So 6+ years at Helsinki.
Yes.
I could understand by the time you finish your PhD, how much you will be in love with Helsinki. So how did your mom react when you told her, Mom, I got my PhD, I'm going to start so and so date? How did she react?
She is extremely delighted. She was very, very happy to hear it. And when she found out that it's in the same lab where I did my master thesis, she was very happy. She was also very keen on calling my supervisor and telling him that she is very happy. But I was like, okay, let's calm down and not scare them. But yes, she is very proud and she is very happy that I came this far and have like more interest to studying more and pursuing research in this field. And she's also very thankful for all the support that we got from the team, from ESC team, from Nirmala ma'am, from Sugasini ma'am, and to everyone with whom we had constant connection during this process. But yes, on an
Our
overall,
staff always, our staff, whenever they talk about you, now, whether it's Nirmala or Sugashini, you are always with a lot of energy. And whichever tasks given, you finish it on time and give it back to us, which helps us a lot. As a company, you could understand, Shweta, processing
yes,
700, 800 students. At times, we have to call their father, mother to ask the student to check their email, check their WhatsApp. We need to do that. And then
yes,
when the father comes into the picture, then immediately student reacts. No, sorry, sir, I was so busy. What busy? I am processing your application. This
yes,
is also equally important. So
yes.
whenever your name, people always at the office, they say this. So I think your PhD will involve a lot of traveling also,
Mm,
presentations, traveling across the globe, learning more, lot of visits. It's going to be a very interesting 4 years.
yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
sir. I think we already began thinking about some of the conferences that we can check and get more experience by meeting and networking with people all around the world. So, yes, looking forward to that. Yes.
When you said your mom was so eager to talk to your coordinator, when I get to know that you are going to start your PhD, even when I am so excited, you can think about your mom, shaping your
Yes,
career from kindergarten to PhD, and it's an
yes, yes,
it's an amazing journey. And a lot of people, they ask me, how do you do the same job for 16 years? And the answer for them is like students like Shweta, where of course all the success, whatever you have reached till now, 99 point, what to say, 99999% is to your parents and to yourself, but to at least tell them, okay, please look into University of Helsinki, let's learn more, spend less. This also is a important aspect, not to spend much and study and all these things. And end of the day, to make it count is what that matters. So for example, a student like Shweta, who is super successful, will always be thankful to the university, their parents, as well as Europe Study Center. Okay, Shweta? Huh? If a student goes there, okay, not going to the university, just sitting and doing part-time job or doing all sorts of unproductive activity, what will they say? University not good. I told my father that day itself, I'm going to Australia. He only sent me here. And ESC was always, doing this, doing that. You get what I'm trying to say?
yes, yes. I get the perspective for sure, sir.
The story is endless. Endless. I just stay away from all those people. Hardly what we do. Guide the children to apply for public universities. and prepare the visa documents is what Europe Study Center does. So lastly, I would like to, you as for example, now it's only a matter of time, and of course, your tremendous efforts from Shweta MS to Dr. Shweta, correct? Which is going to happen in another 3-4 years. So what would you tell the budding students at the school level, college level, aspiring to get into biotechnology? What mindset they should have, how they should prepare themselves, and please enlighten them the need to do masters and PhD.
Yes, yes. I think for any budding researcher or scientist in the field of biotechnology, first thing to know is yes, complete your bachelor study. Try to understand at least specific domains that you have interest in and that you may spend more time to focus upon. And I would encourage on doing a master's because it is important to utilize the student experience first to understand the concepts that you're interested in and get the practical research and get the practical experience. Getting the practical experience from abroad will help us understand how we are actually doing the work that we like. And doing these 2 to 3 internships per year will also give us enough idea of what to major on and what to understand in the biotechnology field. So the point is just to understand the specific niche areas in biotechnology and have a clear plan or have at least a plan to go forward in your career field.
Yes, I have one request here. I would like you to say a few words to the parents whose children are so interested to study biology and life sciences, but they push the child into studying computer science and artificial intelligence because everybody on this world is doing just the same. What do you like to tell them, Shweta?
Oh, I would say to those parents that please, I mean, let the child understand what domain they are interested in. And it is not about, at the end of the day, it's not about how much money we all make in whichever field we choose. I think it's the satisfaction of studying something in this domain and understanding what all can be achieved from here. And yes, it is not about going after what your parents want, but it is to understand what you may find happiness in studying. So, yes.
Exactly. This is what I also say. What is your interest? What is your passion? Go behind it. Put your heart, mind, and soul, and put your right efforts at the right place so that you're going to be successful. But
Yes.
unfortunately, Shweta, that is not happening because if you see, I've been traveling to all top colleges, engineering colleges in Tamil Nadu. 95% only computer science department, artificial intelligence, data science, data analytics, machine learning, cyber security. I'm asking, where is food technology? Where is biotechnology? Where is mechanical, ECE, triple E, and I said, departments closed.
Oh,
Departments closed. And see, also, every college will have one super brainy, right? The top colleges, okay? And they study computer science and they get super high packages. Immediately, his name goes to the flux board. And what does the parent think? Oh, we have to study AI, several lakhs confirmed. That's all. This is what is the problem right now.
yes, yes. But
That is why, as a successful person in this domain, when you say this also, that adds more mileage. Wonderful. And Shweta, surely we will do part 2 after your PhD, discussing majorly about your journey into the PhD, which will be after 5 years. Don't worry. We will not, year-wise, we will not disturb you, but surely after 5 years, 4 years, we will do an interview. So before we wind up this beautiful show, any last few words which you wish to say to our audience?
First of all, yes, thank you very much for having me. I think I would say that once people are like quite clear and they have the right decision to take, I would assure them that things fall into place. Like no matter how difficult it may get or how confusing it may be, I think to talk to the right people and know that they are like knowledgeable and the EAC team is trustworthy and we have enough evidence for that, things do fall into place. Because I think if not for ESC, I would not have known I would not have had Finland in one of the options. My major were like other countries. So it is to believe and to let things be.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And I'm sure if it's inspiring for me, that would be even super inspiring for all the young biotechnology aspirants, students, and parents looking into taking up biotechnology as a serious option, which I feel it has a lot of scope, lot of potential, as long as the student is very keen and interested and passionate and dedicated to the task. Okay. Thank you so much, Shweta. It was pleasure talking to you. Wish you all the best. And which date you're starting your PhD? Next year?
Next year, sir. So immediately, January, I will be having the title as PhD student.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Excellent. So 2025, your doctorate journey begins.
Yes.
Really
Yes.
amazing. And if I'm sure I plan to make a visit to Helsinki, we'll
Oh,
surely
yes.
meet. I would like to meet you in your department, basically.
Yes, that would be great. That would be great.
All the best. Convey our kind regards to your family, especially to your mom. Best wishes to you on your PhD journey. Rock on as
Yes.
always.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Very much, sir.
Bye bye. Thank you.